Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to talk about all the books I'm planning on reading this summer. So, I have about 10 books that I really want to get to, and some of them are books I definitely I'm going to be reading for reading vlogs. There are some books in here that finish off series for me, and there are some books in here that I've been meaning to read for a very, very, very long time. Summer is fun, obviously, because of the nice warm weather, but also it's my birthday in the summer in August. Actually, I'm planning on rereading some of my favorite books in August around the time of my birthday. So I didn't count those. I didn't add any rereads for this TBR. So I did 10 this time to keep it manageable because I think I did 15 for my spring TBR and I didn't get around to a lot of them. So let's keep it simple for now and just have 10. The first book is a book that I've been meaning to read for a very long time, and it's Kulti by Mariana Zapata. So I haven't read a Mariana Zapata ever, but obviously, like a lot of people that watch a lot of romance booktube, I've heard a lot of good things about her books. And this one I'm the most interested in because it is a football or soccer romance, and I love that. Like, out of all the sports, that sport is the one that I've watched the most, simply because I live in the Netherlands. It is one of the biggest sports in here. I don't watch a whole lot of football except for the World Cup and also Euro, like the Euro Cup, I guess. And this year there's going to be another Euro Cup, and I figured there's going to be a vlog of me reading a lot of football romances. I call it football because I'm European and we call it football here. So I wanted to read some football romances while watching the Euro 2024. So this is going to be one of them. This is perfect because Kulti is actually a German footballer. So obviously Germany is part of the Euro 2024. So very excited about this one. It is long, and I do know her books are very slow burn. So the plan is to read this alongside the other books I'm reading. So I'm gonna take my time with it, but hopefully I'll love it. And this is actually about this 27-year-old soccer player, and she lives in the US. Her new coach is this famous German soccer player called Rainer Kulti. And she used to have a big, big crush on him, and now he's her coach. Which, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not sure how you would, but I used to have like the biggest crush on Cristiano Ronaldo. Like when I was like 12 or 13, like I was convinced I was gonna marry him. So really this is just my fantasies come to life. So hopefully I love it. He's a very, very grumpy guy. Yeah, and I like those too. So hopefully I'll love this one. And maybe if I love this one, I'll read some more Mariana Zapata this year. I know The Wall of Winnipeg and Me is on my 2024 TBR. So hopefully if I love this one, I'll read that American football romance. Then I really want to read A Heart of Blood and Ashes by Mila Vane. So this has been recommended so many times. It is very high up on my own like book recommendations list, and I'm gonna be reading it for a vlog. Plus this is gonna be great for one of my goals, which is to read more fantasies and romantices. Basically this is a fantasy romance where you follow this girl, I forget her name, Yvonne, and her father is a very, very cruel man, and he killed the hero's parents in this book, Maddox. And Maddox wants revenge, so he kidnaps her and he wants to make her pay. But since she hates her father so much, she offers him a deal, because in this world, if you were to marry Yvonne, then you would automatically become king of the realm that her father is king for, I guess. I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused about this book, but I have heard amazing things about this book. One of the reasons why I haven't read this book is because I know that the third book keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. But I do know that it's all like standalone romances technically, so hopefully once I read this one and read the second book, it's gonna be fine that the third book hasn't come out yet. Or maybe it will once I start reading it, but probably not. Yeah, I am excited about this one. Hopefully I'll love it as much as a lot of other people seem to. Then I really want to read Blindsided by Amy Dawes. Once again, a football romance, which I'm gonna be reading for that vlog I'm gonna be doing. So this book has been on my TBR for a very, very long time. So this, I believe, follows a curvy heroine, which I always like reading that. And she's a virgin, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's a 30-year-old virgin and she wants to lose her virginity, but then her Scottish footballer best friend is gonna give her some lessons in seduction, which I love those. This premise sounds like everything I love and more. So he's a Scottish footballer, which once again, I don't know if Scotland is going to be a part of Euro 2024, but it is a European country, obviously. This has been on my TBR for a long time because it sounds like everything I love and more. And yeah, hopefully it is as good as I think it's gonna be. And the people that I follow do really seem to love it, so hopefully I'll love it too. Then I really want to read Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. So this is another one of those books that is on my books I really want to read this year. And this book I've been meaning to read for such a long time, especially after I read The Dreamer duology by her. This book just shot up on my own TBR, but I just never got around to it. I really love Laini Taylor's writing style. I think she has such a beautiful, beautiful way with words. So hopefully this one will be just as beautiful as the Dreamer duology. And I already love like this line at the very beginning. Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well. I have always loved, every time I read that on Instagram, I just melt. Basically, you follow Karou, and I really don't know what this book is about, honestly. I believe this takes place in Prague, and you follow this girl who works for this demon, and she might be a demon herself, or part demon, part angel. I don't know, but this book has been out for a very long time. Let me see. Yeah, it was published in 2011. I think it has been on my shelves since like 2015 or something. So it is about time that I finally get to it. I have been missing reading some young adult fantasies, so hopefully this one will scratch that itch. Now for a series that was on my spring TBR, but I just didn't get around to it. And it's the Nashville Neighborhood series by Nikki Sloan. So I read the first book and the fourth book in this series, and I still need to read the second, the third, and the fifth one. So this actually is very summery, especially the covers for this series. Especially the pool boy and the good girl are very much summery. And I do remember, I believe the frat boy was, when I read that, first of all, that was one of my favorite books of 2023. That also took place around the summertime. So I'm very excited about it. I at least want to get to the pool boy and the architect, but if I can also read the good girl, that would be perfect. This will finish off a series for me. I'm not sure if she's planning on writing more in this series, but I guess we'll see. And I'm still on the fence with this series because The Frat Boy, like I said, was one of my favorite books I read in 2023, whereas The Doctor I only gave 3 stars. So we'll see what my thoughts are. Well, I think I gave it 3.5 stars actually. So we'll see what my thoughts are for the pool boy, the architect, and the good girl. Which the pool boy is a older woman, younger man romance. The architect is an MFM, and the good girl is a friend's little sister romance. And actually the good girl, the doctor is an ex-boyfriend's dad romance, and the good girl, the hero for that book, is the ex-boyfriend of that first book. So yeah. Very excited about this series. Then I really want to read You and Me by Tel Bauer. So I read my first Tel Bauer at the beginning of the year, which was The Rest of the Story, and I really enjoyed that one. And You and Me, I know Jen over at the Book Refuge has really loved that book. And since I've been meaning to read more Tel Bauer, I figured let's read that one. So this is an MM romance, as he's been known to write. And this is a single dad's friends to lovers by awakening. So you follow Landon and Luke. Luke's wife died, and ever since then his son has been keeping his distance and is not really, their relationship isn't what it was. So in order to get close to his son, he signs up for this booster club where he meets Landon, and Landon is out and gay. Their sons are friends, and because of that, they get closer, and while they're getting closer, feelings start happening, and it sounds very cute and adorable. I know that I've already loved one of his books, so very excited about this one, and the cover is just beautiful to me. So hopefully I'll love this one. Then I really want to read The Hookup by Kristen Callahan. So this actually recently, I don't know if it got picked up by a traditional publisher, but for sure it's getting new covers. And I'm very sad because I only managed to snag this one in the old covers, and I just was too late and didn't grab the other 3. But this is about Drew and Anna, and they have this hookup, and she wants it to stay that way, but he really wants more. This is an American football romance, and I've been hearing so many good things about this series for a very long time, and I just never got around to it. So hopefully I'll love it. This is not too long. And since this is an older romance, You know, newer romances tend to get longer and longer, so I kind of prefer reading some older romances every once in a while because they are pretty, like, they are shorter. They used to be around 300 pages, and now they're all around at least 400 pages. So very excited about this one. Like I said, it has been getting some very good reviews for a very long time. And this starts off a very beloved series, so hopefully I love this one so I can continue on. And yeah, I haven't read a whole lot of sports romances this year, so I kind of want to remedy that a little bit this summer. Then I want to read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So I've never read this book, even though I bought it around the time it came out. So I figured since the movie's coming out this summer, I want to do another vlog that I did. I want to do a similar vlog that I did for Red, White, and Royal Blue, where I read the book and then watch the movie. So like I said, I never got around to it. And a part of me thinks maybe it is too late and I should have just read it back then. But then on the other hand, maybe like the experience of reading the book and watching the movie will be a good one for me. I'm not that big a fan of Colleen Hoover. I've only given one book by her 5 stars, which was Verity actually. And then all the other ones, I think I read like at least 3 other books, and they were just not my favorite. So I don't know, we'll see. But I do know that even if you don't really love Colleen Hoover, this is a very popular book. So we'll see. This one I do know involves domestic violence, and it might be personal because the dedication is for my father who tried his very best not to be his worst, and for my mother who made sure we never saw him at his worst. So that makes me sad. But yeah, like I said, I probably should have read this book around the time it came out in 2016. I don't know why I didn't, but I'll read it now and I will vlog the experience and then tell you about my thoughts for the movie. I know the movie was pushed back because it was supposed to come out in February and now it comes out, I believe, in August. So yeah. Then I really want to read a Catherine Cowles. I'm not sure if this is going to be the first one or her newest series is going to be my first one, but I really want to read Whispers of You by Catherine Cowles. I want to do like a small town romance vlog, and I do know all her books are small town and they're also romantic suspense. So this is the first book in her Lost and Found series. So the first book I believe involves it involves a serial killer, I think. And this I believe is a second chance romance. Like I said, the only reason I want to read this book is because I've heard so many good things about Catherine Cowles and I've never read a book by her, and this series does seem to be a pretty popular series by her. I keep hearing about this series. In fact, this is a series that is very high up on my recommendations list, which is one of the reasons why I want to get to it. It has been recommended 152 times, so that is a lot. So I really want to read this one. And then last but not least, I want to finish the Knockemout series. So I read the second book, Things We Hide from the Light. I read that one for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I still need to read Things We Never Got Over and Things We Left Behind. Yeah, these books are pretty big, but hopefully in the summer I can just sit on my balcony with a glass of cold iced tea with this book. I'm just like, I can picture it now. So yeah, the first book you follow Knox and Naomi, and the second book kind of spoiled events of the first book because this is also romantic suspense. She's in town because her sister has been neglecting her daughter, and now she is in town to take care of her niece. And he is a grump, and they somehow get connected. And yeah, I did enjoy them when I read the second book, so I cannot wait to read their first book. I do know the first book was very, very popular. It almost won the Goodreads Choice Award. So yeah, those are the 10 books that are very high priority for me to read this summer. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were. Also, I would really love to know what are some books that you're looking forward to this summer. And if you're down there and don't want to leave me a comment, leave me a football or a soccer ball emoji. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.